Hey, good morning. So, I'm being guided again to explain even deeper this whole Bible Jesus stuff, this God stuff, the light, the dark, love and fear, okay? The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear, okay? And fear is what perpetuates things like hate, okay? Because most people will throw aggression towards something that they don't understand or something that they're afraid of, okay? When you allow your vibrational frequency of your human to rise into another reality, a dimension, into another realm, which is really what you came here to do, okay? You start to see things for what they really are within yourself and then outside of yourself. But here's the thing, the outside of yourself part has always been the way it is, except for when creation first became, okay? So there's the absolute, and then there's two sides of the absolute, which make the three, which make the one, okay? And when a person is experiencing these realities, these dimensions, these frequencies, okay, you have a choice of where you choose to stay, in what vibrational frequency you choose to reside as your being, as your human. You're here to go through all of it, because the only way out is through. So the only way out to get to the absolute is to go through everything that is here that exists. Because whether we want it to exist or not, it's here. And without darkness, you will not know light. But once you actually see the light, it eradicates any darkness. What is darkness? Darkness is just fear. You know, these are all words that describe energy. We shouldn't be speaking with words. We should be speaking with vibration and symbols. They're more accurate. But as a person awakens, because everyone on this planet is having a spiritual awakening, whether they realize it or not, that's what's happening. And it begins within first. Okay? Once you start to allow yourself to see who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to experience, what you don't want to experience, it's up to the human to decide, hey, I don't feel good in that experience. Whatever that experience is, who cares? Don't judge yourself. Don't judge other people with their experience. If that's what feels good for them, that's what they're meant to experience here in this lifetime. Who are you to say that that's not right or wrong? But what works and what doesn't work for you personally is what matters. So where you choose to allow yourself to reside is what's going to allow you to rise. Okay? You know, people, places, and things, and all kinds of, everything's going to be thrown at you because we're here, and it's here to be thrown at you. That's why you came here. You came here to experience it all. The only way out is through. Through what? Through you. And you want to get to that level of peace within because you've experienced all these different things, and you know what floats your boat, you know what doesn't. You know what brings you comfort and what doesn't. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what anybody else, what brings anybody else comfort. We're each here on our own journey. You've got to choose the path that's right for you. And you've got to let go of all the bullshit that keeps you stuck. Not everybody else, whatever you are seeking. Okay? But most people here don't seek. So they don't know anything outside of what's right here in front of their face. There's this. But then there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's all kinds of shit everywhere. But do you allow yourself to open your mind enough to be able to see all of it, look at all of it, and then choose? Do you understand? We all put ourselves in self-perpetuated bullshit. And you can avoid your self-perpetuated bullshit by going within, which is what this man Jesus taught. Okay? But I happen to be this person that receives all kinds of things. Like my receiver is there. And then I personally have my whole life differentiated different energies, dark and light, because quite frankly, I've played in the dark my whole life. But there are certain things that don't make me feel good anymore. So I've made certain changes. And I had to go through a lot of pain to get there. And the reason why I bring up, this Jesus is because when I was going through my pain, like legit, real pain that knocked me to the ground as a woman on the floor, things that I've experienced in my life that I didn't allow myself to acknowledge until I hit a later point in life, which was not the way I should have gone for me, but I was afraid to look at certain things. And then when I looked at them, I finally accepted them. I forgave the source of the wrongdoings done upon me, and I let go. And then because I was able to let go, I was able to rise and be able to see other dimensional frequencies. Because there are other realities outside of this earth plane in a firmament. There is another side to the veil. And that's what I've been able to see. And it's always guided me personally. What I'm saying is really, really deep. And it's very, very spiritual. I am not a religious person at all. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in any religion, quite honestly. There's all bits and pieces of, truth, if that's what you want to call it, and all different facets of religion. But then there's also darkness everywhere. The only place there is no darkness is in the life of this man, Yeshua HaMashiach. It's a man who walked the earth and never sinned. Sin. What is sin? Sin is just anything that brings you outside of comfort. And I am a person who can see other energies that maybe the average person cannot see. It's a gift. I can't explain it. I just have it. And I've always had it. And it's always been a strong guide. We all have an internal compass. But most of us ignore this internal compass because your ego tells you something different than your heart. Your ego is just your head, because you're thinking, and what you think is just a thought. But you got to be careful because thoughts have power, because a thought can keep you stuck if it's coming from fear, the dark. Don't be afraid of your own darkness. But you can say, no, that's not where I want to stay. That's not where I want to be. That's not what I want. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything on this fucking planet. Everything. Even your body itself. It's all energy, frequency, and vibration. And there is a way to live within these different realities. We're here to experience all of it. But then you're here to make a choice of what's best for you. It doesn't matter what's going on outside of you. What only matters is what's going on inside of you. And then when you can come to some sort of balance on the inside of your own private being, with your own private relationship to whatever God is for you, is how you rise above all of it. Because you're choosing organically for yourself, not inorganically what someone else is showing you or what someone else is telling you. You actually feel it within your own being. But most of us are afraid to do that. Because most of us are afraid to trust our own sovereignty, which is how God made you. But you're always going to be thrown a bunch of shit at you. I mean, you look around the world today, most faces are like planted like this in some sort of technological device. That is the beast. The mark of the beast is AI, artificial intelligence. It's not this. It's not some devil in this in the somewhere. It's removing the internal compass and going outside to external sources before you go to your own damn heart. We all know what's right and wrong for us within. And if you haven't experienced things that you want to experience, I suggest you experience them so you can actually decipher for yourself what you want, what you don't want. Because the only way you're going to actually get through it all is to actually do that. Because the end goal for us all is peace within. Because once we all have peace within, there will be no choice but to have peace without. So the way to change the world is to change yourself. Go within yourself and choose what you desire. And don't hurt anybody along the way. Don't fuck anybody over along the way. Pay attention to what you do, what you say, what you think, how you act. Self-awareness is a very, very, very big key to evolving into the human being you came here to be. And then act accordingly to your own internal guide, whatever that is. And stay in your lane. If someone comes into your lane and asks for help, that's different than you staying in your lane and always going into other people's lanes and saying, oh, hey. Zip it. Keep your mouth shut. Unless someone asks you a question. Choose what's best for you. You know? That's how it works. So, that's what I had to say today. And if you need help, I can help you. Because what I can do, the gift I have been given by God, the way I was made, is I can actually see your frequency. I can see it in your in the way you talk. I can see it in the way you walk. I can see it if you just stand before me and look at me. I have that capability. I don't know how I have it. It's just a gift. It's the way God made me. But I've never not had it. And I'm able to, because my channel here is I'm so open, I can receive all of it and see all of it and guide through all of it. I've been living my life this way my entire life. I've never not lived another way. And I've never judged another human being. I don't give a shit what anybody does. What I do, however, give a shit about is the projection upon the minds of children. Because the children need to be protected. Because they're very pliable and malleable. But remember, the children come in with the original frequency of how we were created, which is that love and that knowing, and they trust their internal compass. And a child knows nothing but love. A child does not have darkness within. So when I say eradicate your darkness, I mean become like the child. Become like the child. And remember who you are and where you come from, and that is love and that is light. Anything outside of that comes in through some sort of fear, which is a projection. So, cut out the projections by going within and return to your innocence. Because that is pure love. Have a great day. Namaste.